and we think of the move to the city as a normal part of modernity, but it changes the lived experience of the human population, and it changes what we think the normal experience is. And that requires us to really think about what do we value and what is it we want to see changed. One thing we often don't engage with is the definition of what we mean by rural. So rural is a word that has been given to these places that are not the city, usually by the city. Okay. A lot of people in rural regions don't call themselves rural. Okay. It's a word we give them. And what does it mean? Well, we often define it in terms of educational outcomes using statistics, or we define it locationally from somewhere else, or we define it by population density or how many people live there compared to somewhere else. So we tend to focus on things like statistics and measures. What we overlook often is in the field of rural studies, there's multiple definitions that are used. And some of these are about culture and value, theoretical notions of what it is to be and be a human being, what it is to live and have meaning. If we think of it in our rural populations, what is it to have a rural culture compared to a non-rural culture? And what do we want to change and what don't we want to change? We need to think about, when we just look at results or differences, we're using only one method. We're using usually a number method, and we're sort of overlooking the meaning making. And it's the meaning making then where we engage in education. What do we value? How do we do that?